And let's take a quick look at the newspapers and looking at what's making headlines this morning. And we start with Business Day. And their lead story, new era for PIC after Majila's resignation. And you'll remember we spoke about this last week, asking all sorts of questions about Dan Majila, who wanted to determine. He wanted to be the one who decides when he goes and essentially how he goes, some of the terms there. But now he has resigned, and changes to corporations' executive structure and board on the agenda over the next 6 months as a result of that. Public Investment Corporation, which is Africa's largest asset manager, will enter a new era after the sudden departure of CEO Dan Majila.
Wow.
As we said last week, he was talking about when he's going and what needs to happen before he goes, and now suddenly there's a resignation on the table. So that's the story. And state-owned NTP refuses, what's that? Radioisotope production. What's that?
Radioisotope.
Radioisotope production. And 500 million, the construction cost of the two innovative solutions reactors at Pelindaba. So it sounds as though it's got to do with nuclear.
Yeah,
and it's one of South Africa's profitable state-owned enterprises. Nuclear medicine producer NTP Radioisotopes has been reopened after a year-long shutdown that nearly brought the previously unblemished company to its knees. And MultiChoice may let its customers ditch dishes.
That's
the MultiChoice, which launched a pay TV service, DSTV, in 1995, plans to let customers ditch their satellite dishes and access its content solely via the internet.
Amazing, isn't it?
It is, but it seems as though everything is headed that way now.
Yeah, that's the future.
The future is online. That's a certainty. But of course, you already have the likes of Netflix playing in that space and others. But with regard to access to the net, the cost of data then still becomes
a big problem. All right, let's move on now to the Sowetan very quickly. I think it is, yes, Sowetan, okay. Big picture on the top, vote out dishonest leaders, says ZCC Bishop. Tens of thousands of believers packed F&B Stadium in Nasrec, Johannesburg, really to the rafters. It was jam-packed yesterday, incredible sight, during a multi-denominational prayer service for peaceful elections and an end to women and child abuse. Do remember that we're currently in 16 days of activism, no violence against women and children. Also, there's who will Musi choose? DA leader asked to get rid of city manager Masola, or the mayor will quit. Threats coming from all angles. DA leader Musi Maimane considering whether to let go of Tshwane Mayor Solium Simanga as his feud with city manager Muketi Masola escalates. Simanga has thrown down the gauntlet at Maimane in the latest salvo, and Masola stating it's either this man goes or I go, in a letter in which he indicated he has had enough, full stop. And then, of course, on the road with Derby fanatics, and Mitchell toasts Shonga. And this is obviously on the back of the Soweto Derby that happened over the weekend, where the Kaizer Chiefs fans are still hanging their heads in shame. Sorry. Anyway, Orlando Pirates coach Milutin
Sredojevic,
thank you very much, has showered praise on Justin Shonga after the Zambian steered Bucks to the final of the Telkom knockout on Saturday.
I can see how much you enjoyed that. Thank you, Leah.
It's a pleasure.
Okay, moving on to the Citizen. Juju plays race card. EFF leader Julius Malema yesterday slammed his supporters, accusing them of protecting corrupt whites and Indians while dishing out harsher treatment to black leaders. And that story outlined on page 2 of today's Citizen. And of course, Pirates keep trophy hunt alive. You know I'll be supporting Baroka in the final. And a mystery over Citizen journo's death. Release of autopsy report leaves more questions than answers. And this is, of course, many questions around the death of Yadna Jadu, who died under mysterious circumstances in Egypt. And Batabile bans ENCA from event. SA National Editors Forum concerned about the latest incidents, and Batabile Dlamini, of course, has denied that. And we'll be talking about Batabile, but about a different matter.
We'll talk about that matter
with
too.
Prince Mokotedi.
Kate Skinner's coming in the next now. We'll be talking SANEF about that.
Oh yes, SANEF is coming.
Batabile Dlamini, you're going to be talking that conversation directly after this break. Don't go anyway. But right now, let's get your weather up.